this is David for Big Bits, and in this video I want to take a look at a little bit of crypto TA and give you a little bit of update on what's going on with the channel and the giveaway that just happened. So first of all, the giveaway last month was a pretty big success in my opinion. We had a lot of interaction with the giveaway itself. A lot of different actions were taken. A lot of different people took actions that helped promote the channel and entered themselves into the contest. We eventually did select a winner at the beginning of February, and the winner responded pretty much immediately and has already received their $25 in Bitcoin. So we'll be starting a giveaway again soon. I will get more details figured out about that here in the coming days. Hopefully post another update video, and then we will continue to move forward with that. I know it's been a little while since I posted a video, and that's mostly just because I've been busy and haven't really had the time to make the videos. I've kind of been working off and on these things, but I do have a day job and a family as well. So these things are a low priority, but I do enjoy doing them. So when I do get time, this is a very high priority when time is available. So I appreciate you watching the videos and staying subscribed to the channel if you are, and liking the videos when you do see them. I appreciate all of that very much. But as far as the crypto TA, I haven't really been posting very much either on Twitter or the videos or any of that, just because there really hasn't been a whole lot going on. Bitcoin's been very bullish, and what I was kind of thinking was going to happen definitely didn't happen. I was thinking we were going to retrace more, but what you're seeing, and I can probably draw this on the chart for you really quickly, is that Bitcoin is flipping resistance into support. Okay, you can see this was resistance for a while. Let's go back a little further even. So you can see this was resistance for a while. Let me make this chart bigger here. That was resistance for a while. It came back down and retested. Then that resistance was broken. Price shot up. It came back down, tested the former resistance, and it shot back up. And then pretty much the same thing happened again, and now it's shooting back up today. It's kind of hard to tell where it's going, but if it moves similar to where it has here, then perhaps somewhere in the $10,000 range would be a target for it before it might come back down and test some sort of new support, hopefully. What I had kind of expected based on my TA didn't happen, but I didn't post anything really, and I didn't really call out any of my actual trades because I really haven't had any. That's mostly because my TA has been not so confident, I should say. The very bullish price action has made it to where I haven't seen a whole lot that I wanted to make a move on that I felt super confident about. But obviously, going long has been the play. We've been long. If you followed me, I've been long for a very long time, all the way back here. I really started to accumulate a lot, and here recently, I also called the bounce here. If you check out my ideas on TradingView, that was really nice, but I I think it was a good trade, of course. But hopefully, we're about to enter this new cycle, this new bullish cycle. The halving is just months away, just 3 months away. It's around the 1st of May, I believe. Now is when it's projected. So it's going to be hard to tell where we can expect the price to be by then. Let's see, where was that on the chart? Okay, so we're right here, and we've got 3 months to go. So price could very well just kind of oscillate in between here in range, or it could shoot up, go down. Who knows? There's a lot going on. We've got the 50 over 100 crossover, and it's looking pretty good for a 50 over 200 crossover. Again, in probably a few weeks, I would say 2 to 3 weeks. That's if the price holds above this 200-day moving average. I believe it will be forecasted to move up sometime at the end of February, as long as the price stays above that 200 moving average. And at that point, pretty much everything is going to be signaling bullish a bullish market, other than maybe the 100 over 200 on the daily, which that will eventually come around if price continues to move up. So I got a lot to look forward to on Bitcoin. Uh, I've mostly just kept in a spot position. I'm not worried about trying to actually short or actively short and long and doing all these things. I think I did well enough accumulating for myself back here. I'm not going to really try and play it too risky at this point. I think I'm completely fine where I am. Now, let's see. Some of the altcoins, I have been working with some of these. Basic Attention Token, which has been doing really well lately. Well, a lot of altcoins have. It is also about to get several crossovers. It looks like it might be starting a bit of a parabolic move, which many of the altcoins have seen. This is on the US dollar chart. So a lot of them have been shooting up drastically in price versus the dollar. So hopefully this very long basic attention token position I've been building over the last few months, I think the average price for my position was about 19 cents. So hopefully that's going to pay off with a huge move on basic attention token for me. And let's see. Right now, it's looking like it's still going to be moving up, which is pretty good. That one's looking really good. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Now, I did post an idea on this one for the weekly chart. I did this several months ago. Let's remove the Bollinger Bands because they kind of mess up the chart. But I believe I posted to go long here, and then, well, I said it's a good time to start accumulating here. And that was with the hope that it would break up then. But if you continue to accumulate on that next dip, you would have lowered your entry. And as I did, been very happy with this move up recently. Now it's moving into a bit of resistance on these moving averages. But the 50-week moving average does look like it's going to cross over the 100-week. So if they can break those resistances and move up, it looks like it's going to be due for another move up. So hopefully all these things work out, and I've got a great entry on a long that I can hold for a long time. Let's go back to the daily chart, however. And this chart is very similar to Bitcoin. We've got a bit of movement down on the indicators here, but it doesn't really mean anything. When you get that little bit of movement down, you'll notice on the stochastic RSI, that movement down really doesn't mean a whole lot until it actually breaks down here. And you found here it actually was kind of a fake out. It got down here and it came back up. As long as the stochastic RSI stays up in this area, and generally so does the stochastic, even a little bit into that purple area there is probably fine with it. So everything still looks pretty good for Litecoin moving up, in my opinion. Let's take a look at it versus Bitcoin, because that's one of the things I like to do with these altcoins is I like to find them when they are a good opportunity to buy versus the dollar and on Bitcoin, because when I try to accumulate these, what I want to see is I want to see the price appreciate not only versus the dollar but also versus Bitcoin. That way, if I want to remain in a position with Bitcoin, all I have to do is trade my Litecoin for Bitcoin. So if I accumulated back here, which I believe a lot of my position was, then I could trade that in for more Bitcoin now, which I might rather hold Bitcoin than an altcoin like Litecoin or something else. And I did want to take a look at the basic attention token versus Bitcoin as well. It's been kind of hovering in this kind of sideways range. Hopefully we will find a way out of this range. The smooth RSI is going up, stochastic RSI, stochastic, everything looks pretty good. Hopefully we can find support here. This might be prior resistance from back here turning support. We'll see how that goes, and it might just actually be a continuation and not really so much of a test of support. We are kind of at a resistance here as well. So if we can break above this, there's pretty much no telling how far it's actually going to go. And we do have The 50 is already over the 200, and it might be coming back above the 100 if the price can stay above the 100. So looking pretty good with basic attention token. And the only other one I really want to look at right now is Ethereum, because it's really having a great day. And like most altcoins, it's been doing phenomenal here recently. It's got a similar chart to Bitcoin, although the price has been moving up for Ethereum while the price for Bitcoin has been moving down versus the dollar the last few days. And I haven't even looked at its Bitcoin ratio right now, but when that happens, it's probably shot up pretty well versus Bitcoin. So let's take a look at that. Yeah. So as Bitcoin's price went down and Ethereum's price shot up versus the dollar, its ratio versus Bitcoin increased pretty dramatically. I mean, those are pretty large moves given the history of the chart here. So that one's looking pretty good as well. And it's also got some crossovers coming. It might be getting a little bit overextended. RSI is approaching overbought areas, and we're already towards the max on the stochastic and the stochastic RSI. But the one thing that does look kind of good is that the MACD just flipped back up again. So with everything being so bullish, it's hard to say when these things are going to stop. So if you're wanting to go long, I can't give you financial advice, but there's a lot of people who will regret not getting in when the price continues to move away from them. So you could have been right here. You were hoping for the price to come back down and retest the lows again, but it shot back up. And you've seen this a lot with Bitcoin itself versus the dollar. People are wanting lower levels. They expect lower levels. We were in a bearish downtrend for 6 or 7 months here. And when we got to the resistance level for it, people were saying, "Oh, I'm waiting for 5,000 to buy back in," but the price moved up. And it got up to here, and they said, "Oh, well, when it gets to 6,000, I'll buy." We broke out of that channel, but it still doesn't look that great. I'm gonna wait. It came down to test that prior resistance, but it didn't go any lower. So if you find what you think is a good entry, you might want to go ahead and take it, because you don't know if you're going to get the one that you actually want. And as I said, I can't tell you when to actually do that. I can't give you financial advice. I'm certainly not qualified to do that. I'm more of a programmer who enjoys TA. So don't look to me for your trade specifically, although I like to think I do a pretty good job of it, though. But I have noticed that in the past, watching these market cycles, is that people think that they're going to get a better entry on the price, and it just never comes. And you go back and you look here, once we came up and broke out here, price didn't even dip really. It came back down a little bit here, but it never went back below where it pumped up here. So if you were waiting to kind of fill this volume gap here, you never got that chance. And if you waited to buy for that, then you never had a chance to catch this. And then of course it never dipped below that, and it pumped up again. And you did eventually get in here, but you'll notice the price really didn't go down a whole lot. And if you were down here waiting to buy, you may never get that opportunity again. So just something to keep in mind when you're trying to figure out what you want to do personally, is whether or not you think it's worth waiting to get in when the price is acting so bullishly. And of course we have the halving coming up. I'm very confident myself that the price is going to go up, so I'm still buying in. I will not even think about selling any of my crypto assets until we reach all-time highs with Bitcoin. And my plan is to hopefully, if we break all-time highs at 20,000, is to wait a short bit, confirm that the trend is continuing up, and sell off a little bit at a time, and perhaps buy back in on dips. So we'll see how that actually goes when that comes around, or if it comes around. It's yet to be seen. But everything's looking pretty good if we follow the market cycles that we have before, with the price shooting up multiple times on the logarithmic scale. Yeah, so let's take a look at this one. This is the BLX chart. And I've already posted my predictions for the Bitcoin price over the next decade. But, 4 years apart, this was actually 5 because the halving got kind of front run here. That was November of 2013 to December of 2017. Actually, that was 4 years, wasn't it? Well, the first part of it happened there. Anyways, 2013 to 2017. So another 4 years out, 2021. Where would we be at the end of that year? Hopefully somewhere around, $70,000. Hopefully where that would go. But it's hard to say. But if we stay within that channel, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to if things continue as they have been. So stay tuned to the channel. Please like this video if you liked it. I know I kind of rambled on about some stuff here, and it's kind of repetitive. I use the same indicators over and over, but to me they've proven really reliable. If you have any suggestions for the channel, please let me know, but stay tuned because we are doing another giveaway soon. I will post updates to that as soon as I can. And let's see, just thank you for being subscribed, and if you aren't already, please do that. Other than that, I think that's it, and have a nice day.